Greetings, I'm known as Dan Class and the top leader of Buytex company with one of the biggest checks and the biggest team in BuytexNet. And now it is 15th of November 2020, and now it is exactly 2 months since the administration of the company has blocked my account from which I was building my business from the very first day of the very existence of the company. And this video is now called that I'm scammed on $1.5 million. This is the first video. This is the first video that's addressed to the management, to the owners or administration of the BuytexNet or Buytex EO exchange. And now for me a very unpleasant situation has occurred. It has occurred both for me personally and my partners, and I am recording this video to get a clear answer from the company, namely from Angel Gira, Andresberg, or the main investors of the company, because I can't wait anymore. I can't believe anymore to what administration is storytelling or people sitting in the tech support. I need clear information about what's actually going on at Buytex company. And maybe the owner or main investors don't know who I am or what kind of situation has occurred. Therefore, this video, first one, is addressed primarily to them in order to get understanding, resolve the conflict, and return the cabinet and the money on $1.5 million that I have honestly earned with my team. Okay, I'll start from the beginning, and as for today, I have a team of more than 30,000 people in one leg of the binary and more than 20,000 in the other leg of the binary. According to statistics, me and my team have made more than $20 million, and on April 12, 2020, I became one of the very first people who simply have believed into business, who have enrolled on the very first day I became the holder of the Box coin. I had believed that this business would be honest, and many people would be able to earn honestly, create their own capital, and the company would be able to create an exchange. The company would be able to create a product that we would all be proud of. And from the very first day of the company, I've created dozens of videos about the Buytex company, education. Also, these videos were in other languages. I've been working for 20 hours a day. Sometimes I didn't sleep for 3 days at all. We've been creating the brand, we've been creating the packaging, we've been teaching people because not everyone or even nobody understands what exchange is about, what are banks, what is cryptocurrency. A great amount of chats have been created. That was really hundreds of chats, and in many chats there were 5 to 6,000 people. These are my personal chats. A huge number of employees were hired who simply received salaries. Hundreds of conferences were held. I've attracted bloggers, some of them with more than 40,000 of followers. And the main thing out of all this, I've invited my friends. All friends of mine I've invited, they're all in the ranks of director, and we've built a huge team. Let the company look at the Gennady login, let them look at the IP addresses and work from the very first day, absolutely every day. That was me. And the combination of all these small actions allowed me to build a huge team. That is a huge team from China. That is a simply huge team from Kazakhstan. There are quite many leaders who have high strengths in the company. They are my friends. They are my personal partners. Huge team from Europe, from Dubai, investors and partners from the US. All this has been done with small actions within half a year of work. I worked from the very first day in the company and constantly helped the company. I was the person who deeply to the bones believed in the company, in its product, in the exchange, the idea that's been brought to the world. And this faith was passed on to the top leaders and friends who are now in the status of directors in the company. Yeah, I was in Buytex when from the first days the company was under the mudflat. And I was under the mudflat since I was one of the first who was doing promotion. For half a year I've been dealing with such a custom-made negative that I would never wish it to anyone. And all that because for 2 months there wasn't a single confirmation, no licenses, not any bill from directors that such business even exists. And there was no information that ordinary investors could check. And all this lasted up until July, until the company finally created a site with all the information and launched at least some kind of exchange. From the first days, people believed only leaders, because there was no single proof that there was anything in the company at all. I was with Buytex when there were dozens of mistakes and bugs on the Buytex website. I constantly helped to find, remove them, wrote a huge number of technical tasks and passed them to the administration, tech support. I've never lured people into other businesses and I have never done anything to hurt the company. On the contrary, showed what needs to be improved and showed where the company or partners could lose money. And I've never been an enemy to the company and I always wanted that the Buytex company would make it all. And this is my greatest contribution to the company. My structure structure and leaders appreciate me because I am open and honest, and the Buytex business was driven on my faith, which the leaders trusted. I think that we've been building this structure, a 30,000 people structure, only on openness and honesty from the first day. And now I will no longer be silent and pretend that everything is fine. I'm not like that, because not everything is fine. Because on September 14th, 2020, you blocked my cabinet from which I built my business. But the most interesting, few days before there was a conversation with the administration that the cabinet, Gennady, is breaking the largest check limit, that is $1 million per month, to which there was an answer that everything will be fine and the company will resolve this issue with the limits, and within several days the account was blocked. That is outrageous. The company then's been feeding for 2 months that the issue will be resolved and that, let me quote, everything will be fine and will be satisfied. But neither the owner nor the directors of the company nor Ancient Gear didn't ever get in touch. We started yelling with all methods, but the company ignores all our messages. We screamed the company to show up. Investors could get in touch and had a conversation. We're not enemies and we make a huge contribution. But in response, silence and nothing happens, as if they don't have to pay $1 million per month. I've entered into an honest business and led people into an honest business, but now you're acting not honestly. And a 30,000 team is not from a void. Leaders followed on expertise, people followed on belief. And you were telling that you would figure it out and that everything would be fine. But the main thing is when the numbers reached the first million, then it seemed to me and the leaders that there is a problem with the company, that the company simply doesn't have money. And the biggest cause happened to be the leaders. Then the company started to perform a series of inadequate actions. You not only didn't answer my messages, my partner's messages, you've become a complete ignore. Then the matching bonus has been removed, started paying 3 times less. Some didn't receive payments at all, without discussing that with the leaders. 3 hours before the payments, you've been given information that the payment algorithm has been changed. Someone counted on this money, someone took loans, someone worked hard for weeks for that. It's not humanly to act like that without discussing that with the leaders without early notice. Next thing is the problem with the license. It's the third month that the problem with the license is dragging. It's blocked since August. Next one is the termination of correspondence of technical support with me, with my applications, with all mistakes, with my help on the website, on cabinets, with the loss of money of people who lost their money because tech support was changing their emails. But we're not playing games here, and I have all messages saved, all correspondence, everything in video format. All that I will soon demonstrate. We're doing business worth of millions. But the very last drop was removing me from the leaders chat by Angel Gear. From the chat were my partners, my friends, directors that I've invited with who I've been working for 5 years already. This is not normal at all. What are you actually doing? You don't give a shit on the leaders? You don't give a shit on people who have brought you the largest amount of people? How are you going to become the best exchange? How are you going to become the best bank? Or you're preparing to close it all? If you are honest, if you are in the world of cryptocurrency, you understand that everything here is transparent. You understand that this situation will not disappear into nowhere. Or you simply run out of money, that paying top leaders $1 million is a lot. What is going on there? Get in touch with people. Say that you are running out of money and you are minimizing the costs. And what are the biggest expenses? Right, top leaders. Otherwise, we wouldn't have come into this business. And now we are worried about our partners and people who believed us. If you have some kind of confusion with accounts, then for each account we have people and investors who's been giving money. From the first day, I communicate with the administration, asked and talked about leaders, about the network business and how huge businesses, huge teams are built. That's what I did. System of account transferring. The whole network business works like that. Check everything. Those leaders, my personal partners, my first line, who made turnover of 400,000, 2 million, 4 million, that is all from the account that I have personally registered during the first days. Me, personally. And pass on to them. That's how the biggest team was formed in China. 5 offices has been opened in Kazakhstan, in CIS, and even bloggers who came. From the very first day, leadership strategies were created, and from the first days, this strategy was discussed with the management, and approval was obtained. I hope that the company, administration, directors simply didn't know this information and maybe someone is misleading them. Therefore, this video was created just for this. But the recent events are already driving me crazy. Dozens of people have lost money because scammers hacked their accounts or the administration changed the email in the accounts. I've been struggling with this for the fourth month in a row. When I write to the administration that you have mistakes, that you are losing money, the company loses money, they tell me that everything is fine, nothing is lost. But I have dozens of proofs that people lost their money because the administration changed their email. That on the exchange the price changes from 10 to 20 cents or $8. I talk about this. I'm worried about the company, that the coin costs $8, that you're gonna lose money now. I showed the company where it has holes right now in the system, where people can steal money right now. I called and wrote many times so they would stop payments, that there is a hole in the place, in other place, the coin 10 or 20 or $8. To what the answer from security was that there are no holes in the security and that everything is fine in the company. But I have a video proof for every word I say. Videos of inadequate behavior of a coin on the exchange where a company can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I will show that I have never harmed the company. And everything I say is true, and I will soon post this video on the network and show you this is true. And your problem is that this is a network business and you don't fully understand that you are in the network business, that communication with leaders is the most important thing. Since April, leaders have been asking me, what is wrong with the company since everything is so good? What I have always said, and you can see that on my conferences that I held for hundreds and thousands of people, and I have always said that the weakest point of the company is that there are no network businessmen on the board of the company, no partners who understand how network works, due to the fact that they do not get in touch with us and do not communicate, all sorts of silly misunderstandings and conflicts arise. Leadership is on its own mind, but this is a network business. This is a crypto world, and everything is absolutely transparent here. And talking about this now, I ask the management, the owner, main investors for help to unlock the cabinet. Further, I will ask the whole world for help. Now these videos will be translated into all the necessary languages and with all the materials attached proving what I've said, every word. Appeals to the administration about money stolen from people, errors and bugs on the stock exchange that I reported to the company, correspondence with the administration, which I don't understand why they have deleted. Maybe they have what to hide. Moments where I repeatedly called and wrote to urgently suspend payments as there is a hole in the system. Moments where the coin jumped from 10 to 20 cents and to $8, where with the press of a button a company could lose $200,000. Soon all these videos on your request or just will post them to the web where I will show that I'm not an enemy of the company. I always helped, and my every action is recorded by me. Video with the correspondence, video with the exchange, video with hacked accounts where people lose their money, and how I fight with this for the last 4 months. And we're strongly worried now for our money, for our structures, for the team we've built. And maybe the problem is within your company. Someone is misinforming or somebody is hiding their mistakes. Deal with this. What's going on inside there? Unblock my account. Return back $1.5 million honestly earned. This week alone, my check was over $260,000 in binary. And I can say with great confidence that I have one of the biggest checks in the company, bytexnet. And it's more than $1 million per month. Maybe you're cutting costs and what we've been going to for 8 months of hard work with our team by building an honest business you put in vain. I will show every penny I've honestly earned. Please understand, this is not the only one of the many unpleasant situations that were in the company and will be simply forgotten on their own. You're treating inhumanly the person who has built one of the biggest teams in business and who's been with you and has been faithful from the very first day. You claim that you have 100,000 people in the company. Quoting this, 30,000 people out of all I have built with my friends in one binary leg and 30,000 in another leg. That is 60,000. This is more than half of your company. And I've come into business to build a structure and a business of more than 1 million people, not to be blocked with an office of 60,000 partners. And my leaders, my top leaders, are now in panic and worried that the company is going to an end. Everybody is worried about their people, about the money, knowing that the very first person they followed was unfairly blocked. And if you treat so the top leader, one of the first men in the company who has one of the biggest checks, then what are you going to do tomorrow to ordinary people and ordinary investors? How are you going to build an exchange that will reach top 5 or build a million client base? And how you, the most important, how do you see that people will want to keep money at your exchange with such kind of trust? Please solve the question and unblock the account. I'm worried now about people and I'm worried about teams so that we don't see 100,000 victims. If you have come for a long time, unblock account, return the money, show and answer all my questions, and show that you are here for a long time and not to scam people as other companies scam people. Good luck to you.